better keep your seatbelt on. They people look, everyone's like, oh, what's up, y'all? I'm Mark, I'm Rafi. I think that's the dead giveaway.
We're back, baby. What's up, people? Welcome back to another episode of Mark and Rafi. I'm Mark.
I'm Rafi.
And man, yeah, I guess we got a lot to cover. It's been a while. We talked a big game about we're gonna record every day. A lot has happened in the last month and a half since we recorded. I made it to Florida. I'm alive, no longer stuck in a frozen basement, super depressed. Found Jesus. So, I mean, that's what I got going on.
Yeah. No, yeah. Like you said, lots happened. Part of the reason we actually had to stop recording is I got busy with Navy stuff. We were doing exercises and doing drills and stuff, and so it just got a little bit harder to find time to record and edit and then post, and all the marketing has to do with that as well. So,
I
but
was not busy. I got nothing going on. We got stuff going on now, but in general, your boy doesn't have much going on.
Yeah. But that's soon to change. It's soon to change. We'll get there. But yeah, Mark's come down to Florida, which has been great. It's like having a brother stay with you, a brother that you like, stay with you. Because I know there's some brothers and sisters out there that probably don't get along well. Me and Mark actually get along.
Yeah, my time back home with my brother was a little bit tense. Not that we hate each other, we just don't really know each other. So
And I think that happens with a lot of siblings. It's like it's like each other and you're used to hanging out with that person, but hey, sometimes you have a rivalry, and maybe it's because of age, maybe it's because of distance, maybe it's because of how they were raised versus how you were raised, or their experiences versus your experiences. But
yeah, I don't know. I think me and all my brothers, we just beat the ever living out of each other since day one. So that's kind of how it goes. But you're more of the only child, and I got five brothers and two sisters. So
yeah,
a little
yeah.
different there.
This is true. This is true. I will say I am my mother's only child. I do have two sisters and a brother from my father's side. But yeah, I didn't grow up with them. I had my own room most of my life, and yeah, I definitely have the experience of being an only child. So
Still a little bit weirder though, just looking here and not seeing you because you're here
yeah,
versus when we used to do it. I would just see you. So,
yeah.
but we did make an attempt run at this a couple days ago, but we ran into some technical difficulties. I'm not pointing out any names, not like our CTO or anything, messed anything up, but it didn't work out. So we're trying it again.
I will definitely take the L for that. But definitely double checking audio from now on. In general, like he said, he's used to looking at me. So if the audio wasn't there, we wouldn't be able to hear each other. So I was,
Fair enough,
assuming
fair
that
enough.
audio was gonna well. But yes, I do need to be more apparent
But at
that.
least this time, now that we're recording, we have stuff to talk about instead of last time just filling the space with eventually we're gonna have stuff to talk about. Now we have, I feel like a bunch of stuff to talk about. We started our own company, we've done a few things, we've had some shenanigans, we got grills. I mean, it's just been a whole journey in the month, a little over a month that I've been here in Florida, man, it's been interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, about mid-April, is around the time he had showed up, and yeah, we took about 2 weeks to kind of just, you know, have a good time. Like you said, getting into some shenanigans. It was. We won't go into details now, but at some point, if you guys ever pull us aside or something, maybe we'll go into it. But we had a good time. Well, I think it was within the first couple of nights we went and got a good steak. I mean, it was at Texas Roadhouse, but it was still good. Although later on during May 8th, my birthday, Mark treated me to this very, very nice steakhouse. I don't remember the name, but it's like a
Bob's.
Bob's. Oh yeah, it was
Bob's on
Bob's.
Amelia Island.
Million Island. It was
Super good.
great.
Celebration of Rafi's birthday and the beginning of our new company.
Yeah.
Praise Jesus, because that's how it came to me. I was sitting there praying. As it's new to me, I said, God, I don't know what's going on in my life. Give me some direction. He said, how about this? And now that's what Rafi and I do. So,
Yeah.
still not a believer yet. We're going to work on it.
Partially. But yeah. So yeah, we did shenanigans, birthday. Since then, yeah, we've been pretty much just going on this journey of learning about real estate investments. And yeah, we've actually gone through and started up with the company or a company called Eden Group, but Eden REI, Eden Real Estate Investments, where we're learning the game now. We're putting it together. We're getting the education. At the same time, we are starting the business part of it. So we have gone through and started getting the business name, starting getting the social media sites, websites. Soon we'll be getting dedicated phone lines and other things too that are part of the business model and stuff. So,
Yeah.
um, but before we even move further on that, I will say that yeah, during the shenanigans time, we also got a chance to go see Shaq Diesel here at Club Deca Live here in Jacksonville, and we also saw Juicy J,
Yeah.
which was real fun.
I mean, for me, arguably Juicy J was way better. Not that I'm hating on Shaq, but dubstep like is not my thing. It's like AOL dial-up mixed with like techno. It was a bit intense for a closed-in area. For a festival, all that stuff, I can get down with it. But Shaq is amazing. His presence, his voice, all of those things. But I'm also pretty sure he didn't DJ at all. He did not touch the boards once. Not taken away from the experience. It was still cool to see him, but just for me. Next time, invite me out to dubstep, I'll be like, you know what? I'll probably be inside reading my Bible. Appreciate you.
Yes, yes. Well, I enjoyed Shaq, and yes, I mean he probably had a pre-made set, but either way, like he says, his presence was great. He definitely brought out a lot of different people, age groups wise, all different types of people. It was real good. And then also Decca has the second level rooftop that they were just playing like some house music, which was real nice and
Yeah, yeah,
enjoyable as
yeah.
well.
No, the rooftop little lounge area with like house music, and at my getting more advanced age, like being inside and tight, like loud music, like I already got the earplugs in, and then the people bumping and this and that. I'm like, you know what? Like I need to sit down, like I need space. I want to lounge a little bit, So like, that's more my style, and more VIP, sit on the couch, chill and watch the show style. I'm not young bucking up in the front row throwing elbows. You know what I mean? I can't do that anymore. It gets me like too agitated. I'm just like, I gotta separate myself. So yeah, Decca, super nice. Although really one of the few places I've been out in Florida. So I don't
Yeah.
have much to gauge on, but I really don't want to go anywhere else.
Yeah, yeah. In general, since you've been to Jacksonville, though, I mean, you've experienced Amelia Island and Bob's. You've gone down to Jacksonville Beach. We've been hanging out at the beach bars just a little bit down in the Riverside area. We went to the Hop Singers. They had that rooftop bar in the club on the second level. Across the street, they had like I forgot what it's called. I feel bad now because I know it. I know I'm gonna remember it right as I finish recording. But they had like a silent disco, little party thing
Oh
going
yeah,
on
we
over
did.
there.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Also, just for reference, how long have you lived here?
Since 2015.
So
So
Rafi's been here almost 10 years. I've been here a month and a half, and I've been to the same, if not more places than Rafi. I've certainly eaten more food here than Rafi. I realize he does not leave his room often. So, but while I've been here searching out Jacksonville, it's cool, man. I like it. I've never really been to Florida except for like once as a kid. But no, it's a bunch of different food options, all these things. Like the only thing that's like hard to differentiate from me from like being in New England is like everything looks the same. Everything is just a strip mall. Like,
yeah.
but as soon as you go into these buildings, man, you're like, oh my God, like I'm transported into a new world. Some of the dress codes is a little bit wild for being in Florida down by the beach. Like, what do you mean I can't come in shorts? Like, you are 5 minutes from the beach and you're a hookah lounge. Like,
Yeah.
I digress off of that. But other than that, like, no, it's been real cool. I like it. People, food, all that stuff. Super nice. Love hanging out at the beach. Yeah, yeah. No, it's been real good.
Yeah. I was gonna say, speaking of hookah, we just went to the hookah lounge, the spot, and he actually sent me a video of us being. We were recorded
That's how I
in
know he
there.
don't even be watching the videos though. He's like, "Oh man, did you see that video?" And that's why we went. I said, "Fool, we're in the video."
So yeah, he sends me a video of this advertisement for the spot, and so it's just some standard like video. The guy's talking as he's showing like videos, footage of the actual venue, And he's like saying, yeah, we have food, we had the DJ and blah blah blah. And then like there's like this recording of me and him just sitting there. And I didn't see it the first time around because I was just kind of just listening, kind of looking
Nah, he don't be
look.
listening. He don't be listening to nothing he said because as the dude walked in, I was like, "Yo, that's the dude I be watching do all the food reviews." He's like the fat chef or something, some local Jacksonville dude. And he's like, "Oh, whatever." And then I sent him the video. He's like, "Oh, is that what made you want to go?" I was like, "Man, he'll be watching nothing." It's because I sent him too many flat Earth stuff that he just ignores all the things that I sent.
It, it it is nothing personal. I get sent a lot of videos from a lot of people.
Mr.
I'm
Podcast.
not the I just, hey, I post a lot on Instagram, just reels and stuff that I find that are funny. Nothing like personally that I'm making or anything. But so I get a lot from my friends and stuff like that. And this one I skim through it. I do what we do in our industry. Well, what we did in our industry and for the government, which is you have to skim through things.
There's a reason why I got asked to do the work, and no one asked Rafi to do the work. Okay, I skimmed, I checked it. Like, yeah, is Mark coming back anytime soon?
Yeah.
No worries, sir.
Hey, facts. But no, but yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to speak on that hookah spot called the spot. I guess no.
It
Uh,
was pretty dope. The only thing I had the tiniest bit of issue was when we walked in there. They had nice couches. Like
oh
we were sitting
yeah,
in some chairs. I was like,
yeah,
"Yo, can we switch over the couch?" They're like, "Nah, you need to have a party of 6." And then I looked at 3 separate couches with only parties of 2.
yeah.
The only difference was
Well,
I lack some melanin. I don't know. I wasn't saying anything. But I was like, man, you're saying party of 6s. Everyone here has just got a party of 2. So it's cool. We were already here. We were
my
the first ones there. We were
yeah.
early, but
I will say that I actually personally feel that it was probably because we're two dudes and they were probably like, yeah, nah, we want to say reserve those for the ladies, just because that's what these places do. They want to put like certain people in certain sections. I get it, and we weren't over there spending, we weren't dropping like
it
five
was
hundred
fun. We
dollars.
was there at like 6 o'clock. Like no one coming there till 9, 10 o'clock. Like let us sit on the couch when someone comes. We'll leave. We got our French fries and our lemonade. Also, the fact that everyone looks at me wild when I order lemonade is just crazy to me. They're like, "What do you mean you don't want poison?" Steak place, that place, like every place is just like lemonade. I'm like, yes, man, I drink lemonade. I'm sorry. Anyways, it was cool. We'll go back. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, man, you gotta order sweet tea. That's a southern thing,
I
man.
like sweet tea too, but just sometimes I like lemonade, man.
Yeah.
What's wrong with lemonade? At this steak place, this lady gave me the just most disgusted face when I had some lemonade. Like Rafi and his mom ordered some cocktail, something like that. She's like, "For you," I was like, "Lemonade." She's like, "Lemonade?" Yes. We only have pink lemonade. Well, then I'll take that. I like lemonade. I'm not gonna apologize for it.
Yeah, I think maybe they just, maybe when you say it, they hear I'm from Boston or something. I don't know.
It's not even a regional thing.
I know, I know, I know, I know. It's just maybe it just screams that, and that in telepathically or something. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, so yeah, we've had a good time. Went and seen some good shows. Been to the beach. In a couple of weeks here, we may be swimming with some manatees, maybe.
Next weekend, I'm trying. I mean, my boy Joe he's now gone ghost because he's not about the manatee thing. Everyone is trying to dodge me on this manatee thing and look at me like I'm crazy. Like, why would you want to go swim with manatees? I'm like, who doesn't want to go swim with manatees? Like, it's a beautiful crystal river. This floating little sea cow that just like comes up and hugs you. Like, amazing. Rafi's over here trying to convince me they're like lions and they're gonna come out and eat me. I'm like, ain't nobody ever got attacked by a manatee in the history of manatees. So, really looking forward to this. If everyone ditches on me, at least internet, you know where I'll be. I'm gonna be by myself, me, Jesus, and some manatees, just living the dream. So,
I have committed to swimming with the manatees with him, so I'm going. I'm a rock with it. I will say though that no one hears about anyone being ate by an animal until someone gets ate by an
it's
animal,
gonna be you
and so
speaking all this evil out in the world.
so it's one of those deals where it's like, hey, I'm hoping for the best, and I can't imagine anything going back. Well, no, I hope nothing bad imaginable
Nothing's
happens.
gonna go bad. It's
Yeah.
manatees and crystal clear water. It's the most beautiful, majestic thing. I've been trying to do this forever. Now that the opportunity has presented itself,
Yeah.
and the month of June is looking pretty light for us, minus some VA. That's a whole other thing. And
Yeah.
business stuff. The manatees, top of the list. It's
Yeah.
happening, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Pictures will come at some point, unless I get Ian, but then they'll still probably be a pretty cool picture. So,
Yeah. 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 I'm hoping that goes well. And hey, I think it will too. I think it will. Actually, I think it'll be pretty
yeah,
cool.
we actually need to book that, so maybe we should do that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm down. Like I said, yeah, I'm down to do it. Uh yeah. So beyond what our shenanigans and exploration and stuff, which we plan to for sure keep doing. In fact, we might actually start recording, and I think he even suggested potentially having some type of GoPro type of device or something like that, like when we go and swim with the manatees and stuff. So that way we can start showing footage of that because pretty sure that stuff's pretty interesting to see. You know what I
I'm
mean?
sure as cool as it is to sit there on the other side and hear us talk and how like just awesome and cool we are and be ingratiated in that friendship, like maybe seeing us do stuff might be also cool. But
Yeah,
also we need the cameras for the real estate thing. So
true, true.
learning how to do all that has been honestly super cool. So
Yeah. And yeah, I was saying we can talk about the real estate thing now. So yeah, we're trying to get into real estate investments. Like I said before, company's name is Eden REI, Eden Group. And yeah, we've just been learning as much as we can about it, whether it be wholesaling, flipping, buying and holding, learning trying to learn about all the different types of way to finance stuff, which is amazing. I think learning about just real estate investments, learning about the buying and flipping and wholesaling was pretty cool. But learning about the financing is like amazing because it's one of those deals where it's like, yo, this is crazy. Like you can actually do these things without even touching your own money
yeah.
and without like really having like, needing to have like the best outstanding credit and know like the right people and stuff like that. Like this is
Yeah, I
pretty
think that's
interesting.
been like the biggest eye-opening thing, because everyone always thinks about real estate and it's always like, I don't have the money, I don't have this. And like, I've always thought the same thing. And even though I've had a six-figure corporate job for the last few years, it's
Mhm.
like just been like, well, I can pay for my mortgage and all this other stuff. It's like, maybe I can buy a rental property. But when you start looking into this stuff, it's like, there's so many people out there with money, right? And like, they're making all these low returns and all this other stuff. And real estate in general is going to get you that higher return. So, just as much as there's people looking to do real estate investment, there's people with money looking to invest in you. It's about the networking and credibility and all of these things. And luckily, I think, having a 20-year decent background with the government and having a top secret clearance and being able to be trustworthy to them hopefully makes us seem at least somewhat trustworthy to people with money. Hey guys, got
Yeah.
some money? Let's do some investing.
Right.
So super cool. Yeah. Then also being here in Jacksonville, like I said, new to me, but there is not a inch of land in Jacksonville that's like not under construction. There's like
Yeah.
housing complexes and highways going up everywhere. It's wild to me. I'm like, man, this is crazy. And a lot different than Rhode Island, where it's like, $500,000 for minimum entry for a crack house that's falling down. Versus you can get a mansion here for that. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different. So super cool. Yeah, super interesting. Something, I mean, even we've talked about a couple of years ago, like when we were in Europe, like, oh, this would be cool, but you don't really know where to start. So, now we got some mentorship, some courses, some things like that. I think it's going to be, I mean, either way, it's going to be something cool that we can learn. And maybe if it doesn't generate, millions of dollars off rip, praise God that it will, it still be something long term that's going to be beneficial
Yeah, yeah.
and
No.
gives us something to talk about here that's now finally useful. It's been a couple months to start a YouTube channel. We're like, we're going to talk to you about how to do stuff in life. And now we finally got something. So you can see the journey here.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I was just saying you're going to see this really from jump. I mean, yes, we started this towards the beginning of May, but I mean, we're really getting into like, the meat and potatoes now as far as like actually getting the business name and, all the social media sites and really learning about a lot of the processes that we're going to be using. We're going to be learning our own little scripts and, things that we need to be saying. We're going to start going to REI association type meetings and, doing networking with people in the industry, so that way we can know where the sellers are, know where the buyers are, and stuff like that. know the real estate agents and the contractors, and and then also private money lenders that might be accessible to us and stuff like that. So yeah, you're gonna see it. I mean, from jump, because right now we don't have any property. I mean, I have the house, but that this is
I do not have a house. I had one once,
yeah.
but
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Both of us, we've only known like personal,
right.
buying house for our personal selves and not necessarily for an actual business.
And
So,
even today, when we were sitting watching some classes today, my little brother who's in the Navy, he called me. He's like, "You know what we need to do? We need to get in real estate." That's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying. I'm trying to figure it out.
yeah.
So yeah, if everybody else can figure it out, there's no reason why Mark and Rafi can't figure it out. We can't figure it out here. Bring everyone else on the journey because one, there's more than enough real estate for everyone to get into this. You know what I'm saying? It's something you can do passively while you're still working to try to help bring in some extra income or all these things. It's
Yeah.
just I think for a lot of people, it's you don't know where to start and afraid of making mistakes and investments, all this stuff. Let us do all that for you. Then we'll come back and let you know which works, which doesn't. And yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's gonna be really exciting.
Yeah. And if you guys have any questions, for sure, leave those questions in the comment area and we'll get to them, as soon as we can and stuff. We're
Possibly investors,
oh,
maybe you.
that's facts though. That's facts. Facts. Or, if you have a house that you're trying to, get rid of that you need to get rid of and want cash for it and all that stuff. Hey, you know, anything. But I was gonna say that when we do these shows now, we're probably gonna end up doing them probably like once or twice a week. If we can get in more, we will. But I'm thinking that once or twice a week is gonna be a good amount for us to kind of start off with. Really can't promise on which days they're going to be, but like I said, we'll try to get them in there for sure at least once or twice a week. And then that way, you'll be able to like follow us and kind of get updates weekly at least of what's happening with us and what we're doing.
And just as we're building this company, all this stuff too, we haven't forgotten. We're gonna build in more of a format for this show, so it's not just what random squirrel idea pops up in my head and I just say that. Like, we'll have a little bit more of a format at some point. At least that's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
He's more the organized guy. I'm just kind of throw ideas out and see what sticks guy.
Yeah, no, that's very, very true. We will definitely, yeah, we have to get organized, and just in general, whether it's with the business or with this or whatever we're doing. So, that's yeah, I can't think of really anything else. I mean, we've pretty much covered everything. I do know that in general, I know with the video that didn't have audio, we just kind of talked about just how we're moving forward in general, like just trying to, eat better, trying to have better diets, spiritually, we're trying to, be better,
Are we?
financially and even occupationally as far as, business wise. We're just trying to do do it better, just do better as a whole in all these different
A lot of
facets.
bad stuff out in the world, pulling everybody out there and telling you you got to do all these awful things. Turns out you don't. You can do good things and be nice to each other. It's crazy. Almost like Jesus laid this out for us.
Yeah. Or just being a good person, just in general is always just
It's a
good.
start.
Yeah,
a
it's
start
just
for
good,
sure.
and part of being good is, eating healthy, working out, doing the right things, making sure that, occupationally you are, in the right sector, whether that's working for someone,
Yeah.
working for yourself, making sure you're in the right mindset mentally,
Yeah.
not just, physically, but mentally being in the right mindset. Because if you, I tell you, if your mind's not into it, it's just not going to be right with anything.
If you're only chasing money, trust me, someone who's done this,
Mhm.
I'm an idiot. So you can learn all the wrong things from me. Like, man, I did that for so long. It's like, well, I gotta have money. It's like I get it with life and like bills and all these other things, but it's like, man, I had never been so miserable. I mean, you saw me over the course of last year, my downfall. Like it was just this spiral, and I was making $150,000 tax free, traveling Europe, sitting on these beautiful beaches, doing all these things, and absolutely miserable because I hated my job and hated all the things that was happening in my life, and I didn't really know how to get control of it. But thank God Jesus found me, and now I'm working with Him, and things are getting better. But yeah, if you're just chasing money, there is no end to that money because as soon as you get the money you want, like now I get more money and more money and more money. It's you got to have other goals. Like, what is it that you want to do in your life? I mean, probably most of you already have this figured out. I didn't, which is the issue. I was like, oh, I just want money. I can do these things. That don't work like that. You know, they're like, oh, have you ever seen someone sat on a yacht? Sure have. I was. You know, like you can avoid all these things. Like find out what makes you happy, give back to your community. All the simple things that everyone tells you from a kid that you just ignore because you're sitting here watching these reels and seeing these weirdo influencers just do the worst, awful, most terrible things, and you're like, that's what I should do. I mean, don't.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, if you figured it out, I mean, then hey, just stick with us to watch the journey on the real estate journey. And
Watch two middle-aged men finally start to figure out life.
yeah. And if you don't have it figured out, then hey, maybe you could figure it out by at least get pointers or tips or see how we're doing it and
Also, it works both ways. We'll share what we know, but if you know something we don't know, please do tell us.
Yes.
Look at us.
Yeah.
We need some help.
Yes. First, I need a haircut, but
Yeah, I'm just gonna go full homeless bit till we have our first business meeting. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I've been watching these 80s. This is kind of a segment, tangent, but I've been watching these 80s and 70s music videos, and I think it'd be kind of cool to see you big hair.
Full blowout.
Yeah,
I don't have enough hair to do that, bro. Like this, there's not much going on.
You just gotta let it keep going. Just let it keep going. Anyway,
We'll see. Maybe I'll have a full perm, full blowout, something like that.
Yeah.
Get some leopard print on.
Yeah.
Be one of those tough men of the 80s.
Yeah.
Back in my day, back in your day, what, where you wore a leopard leotard and had smoother hair than my mom? Stop, please.
Yeah, 80s. Yeah. 80s, 70s. Oh man, wow. And nothing against Prince and Michael Jackson, but the girls were swooning over these guys that looked like girls. I'm not knocking.
And look where we are now.
Yeah.
Girls are really into girls. It seems we've gone full blown tilt.
Wow. Well, it's that time of the show to see if you have any saved rounds.
None, but we're changing that because I'm going to start learning some scripture better so I can end with some good scripture. Leave y'all with some words of Jesus because I promise you, there's nothing good I can tell you, but Jesus got some good words.
Yeah. No, I definitely. I mean, and I don't have a quote. I was trying to memorize that one quote before the last show a month and a half ago, and I could barely remember it. Although I thought it was pretty clever. I think my mom had told me it was like a Barack Obama quote, and I thought it was pretty cool.
Can't do it alone, and no one's gonna do it for you.
Yeah. There it is. I see. He remembers it. See, I don't even remember stuff like that because maybe because I'm
A heathen. We're working on it.
maybe. Whoever said heathen is a bad thing?
I mean, I was one until about and it's not that I'm not one, right? It's just that I'm trying to change. So
Yeah.
I choose this new life, hands down. Dope is dope I've ever smoked.
Yeah.
Also, miracle healed my wrist. I mean, been dealing with that for a year and a half. I said, Jesus, fix this. He said, not a problem.
Yeah.
Done. That easy. Telling you it works.
I will. I don't know if it was necessarily a miracle, but I will attest that when we're in the gym and I'm seeing him, doing any type of movements where he has to push. I mean, yeah, I don't see him wincing. He just
Praise God. Praise God.
Yeah, it seems like it's just all better. So I kind of was waiting for him to kind of be like, one day.
I thought you were gonna believe, but it didn't work.
Yeah, but it never happened. So yeah, it must be true. So, but yeah, it was great being back. Hopefully, you guys are still staying tuned in and leave any comments, questions. Hit that like and subscribe button.
All that stuff. We love you. This is actually where the journey begins. The other one was the preface. This is the start.
Yeah. So with that, peace out, y'all.
Peace out, y'all. No audio.
No, it's audio this time.